Hey, the Extreme Fanboy here. The Extreme Fanboy, extremely well, feeling good. The fact we're at Salinas Valley Comic Con, here to interview this lovely artist here. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't interview last year, but I'm actually making up for what I couldn't do. And what's your name, by the way?
My name is Tara Madison Avery. I'm a cartoonist, publisher, and illustrator.
Oh, how long have you been doing that? And that sounds like a handful, a mouthful of words.
Well, I guess been publisher for about 3 years now. Cartoonist and illustrator for 3 decades. So.
Magazines, newspapers?
Mostly comics, newspapers here and there.
My mom used to do the same thing. She used to help with the local Monterey newspaper. Used to help publish it.
Right on.
Used to I think she used to run the ink printer. I think.
Yeah.
Mom used to do that. So yeah, good to meet another printer.
Yeah.
So also, is this the same stuff that was here last year, or how much has changed since the last time I saw you?
Well, we have 4 new books, including.
I'm guessing these right here.
The world's first all-transgender comics anthology.
Oh, that is lovely.
It's got quite a bit of acclaim. And
yep. These are pictures right now.
Resistance also is new.
I got a picture of that.
It's the LGBT fight against fascism in World War II. The Butch Lesbians of the 50s, 60s, and 70s coloring book is new, as well as
that's the coloring book right here.
That's the coloring book.
Oh, these two, lovely.
As well as the 3rd volume of Cologranant, our all-ages series about a transgender knight of the Round Table.
Is this one it?
Cologranant's right down there in the red.
Okay, which one's the first series?
The first
is the blue or the red?
The first one is the brown, but it's not pictured. I have 1 copy there at the bottom of the red stack.
Okay, just well, that's brown. It looks kind of red.
No, it's red. There's 1 copy at the bottom of the red stack of the first volume.
Oh, let me check this one out. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm almost out of those. So restock show.
Wow. And what is this book right here? Who are these lovely ladies on here?
Those are. That was actually written by a young lady who had a transgender girlfriend, and her transgender girlfriend committed suicide. So that's a memoir. That's not one of my publications, but it's a book I carry out of respect for her struggle.
Well, it's good to talk about. Well, it's definitely talkable. Well, I'll say that's good that you're honoring her. Let's talk about not the negative, talk about the positive that she left behind.
Well, basically, she inspired Alexandra to live more authentically.
Okay, let me get you.
To pursue,
she's inspired Alexandra to be what?
Live more authentically and pursue a different course in her life. So,
wow, and that's her girlfriend, or is that a friend of hers?
That was her girlfriend.
Alexandra. Wow, is she also? Is she a book writer herself? She does any comic book conventions?
Alexandra does not do comic conventions, and she doesn't do
anything. Maybe any other conventions? Or
no,
at least maybe not yet. You never know.
That's not. So far, it's not been her thing. So.
Wow. Well. One thing I definitely got to talk about. Before I talk about, of course, Stan the Man Lee, I want to talk about this picture here. Was this here last year? This Black Panther?
No, I did this earlier this year. I was at a convention in Sacramento, and I drew it. I draw custom sketches at comic conventions, just to kind of bring in a little extra money, a little lunch money, if you will.
Well, nothing wrong having a side hustle. Any hustle is a hustle.
Yeah, so.
As long as it's legal, that's all that matters. I want to say this right now. You and this gentleman I interviewed, did the painting, you guys have brought joy to my heart personally, because he's got the Stan Lee portrait, right there. And you got the Black Panther. Plus, the movie just came out. By the way, did you see the Black Panther movie?
I sure did.
What'd you think of it?
I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a great treatment of the Black Panther.
Also, and why, elaborate a little bit, not too much, why that was a good treatment. Start saying it was very accurate to the source material of the comic book?
I think that they really did a great job of capturing Wakanda. I mean, that was always part of the story. Not only is he a superhero, but he's the king of a nation. Of a nation, technologically advanced nation, which sort of hides its presence from the world, which is sort of an interesting idea. You don't really hear a lot about that. It's sort of an above-ground Atlantis, and it was just really good. The family dynamics were interesting. The treatment of his responsibility as a monarch and as a leader, as a hero, are also
religious figure.
Very compelling. Yeah.
He's also a religious figure because I don't know if you know this. He's actually based off the Wakandas actually worship the Egyptian cat god. Bas. Yeah. So this is based off real fictional mythology.
Right.
From ancient years. So not a lot of people really know that.
Yeah.
And that's good that you put that in though. Also, I'll say this real quick though. They actually add real African elements into the movie. Right. It was based off real tribes like the Tuareg.
Right.
And the scarification. By the way, let me say this right now. The scarification you saw Eric Killmonger had, that's not really why they do it. It's for tradition, not for killing people. That's his version. Don't mistake it. Look at the border tribe. Yeah, I'm adding my element, but anyway. Anything else you want to show right now, like your business card and some information?
Well, right now, you can always find all of our items at stackdeckpress.com. We have an online presence.
Okay, that's got a picture. And you have an Instagram?
We have an Instagram. My Instagram is Tara M Avery.
Okay.
And I also where you'll see a lot of my sketches and a lot of my work in progress for my own comics and illustration.
And like these right here, when did you draw these? Yesterday?
No, I've had these. I kind of work on these. These are other things I do to kind of warm myself up before I do.
You gotta have warm up.
Yeah, so I draw little sketch cards, and they're always for sale if people are interested. in
So these are $25?
Sketches are $25 in color, $10 black and white. If you have a custom sketch, I can draw it right here, right now.
Okay, before I go, show us talk about this and these, and definitely show us the one you love the most.
Okay. Well, these are our lightly naughty holiday cards. There are 5 varieties.
Well, if there's any nudity, I cannot show that because YouTube content.
There's no nudity, but so each set.
Can you see the back? Is there a back on there?
Certainly there's something slightly naughty on the inside.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. YouTube, do not hang me for this.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yeah, we don't want to. If you don't want to tread on that territory there.
And
but
is medieval gingerbread? All of a sudden, you cut you off.
Yeah, it's a gingerbread. It's a gingerbread lady. There's a little bit of naughtiness on the gingerbread there. Yeah. Okay. It's a gingerbread lady, not a real lady.
Okay. And also, show us your your favorite artwork you've drawn so far in this little sketchbook.
It's hard to say. I'd have to go with. Hang on.
Are there mostly DC characters in here?
Mostly, not all.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z, like go back to Goku. Like Goku. You might go back to Goku.
Yeah, sure.
I like how Goku looks. Got that kind of like old school kind of like realism, kind of like American feel.
Yeah.
That's very nice. But at the same time, he still looks Japanese. Glad you didn't whitewash him.
Yeah, I tried to capture both the anime and my own style, which is more Western.
Well, that's good, because especially you remember what happened last year with the movie that came out. Ghost in the Shell?
Yes.
Everyone was really upset about that because they felt like it was whitewashing.
Right. Scarlett Johansson probably should have turned that role down.
But at least they didn't get like a complete complaint from the Asian community talking about it. But they did justice to the anime. I haven't seen the full movie, but the anime movie was based off. It was goodly accurate.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen the anime. It's excellent.
Okay. Oh, I can kind of see that a little bit.
So these are comics that I do. They're in a constructed language, an artificial language called Tokipona. So is
that a made-up language or real life language?
It's made up. It's artificial. It's not my made-up language. It's a made-up language that a lot of people are interested in. It's radically simple.
Okay, before I go, what do you know about like fictional languages? You know anything about when people? Lord of the Rings had their own. No. You watch Lord of the Rings, right? Have you like seen people speak Elf in real life? You ever seen that before?
I don't know. I've heard of people learning it and speaking it.
You can't learn it.
That in Klingon. Yeah, there are people who have taken the actual artificial languages from fictional worlds and heck, you can learn Klingon on Duolingo if you want to.
Elf as well.
Yeah.
Elf from Lord of the Rings.
Can you learn Elvish on Duolingo? Yeah.
Yes, there's actually a college teaching it right now.
Okay.
Two colleges, two private clubs teaching it, but it's a class nonetheless though. Also, you remember the Blade movies from back in the 90s? All the 90s. This is for the people who don't know about the 90s movie Blade. Remember the language they were speaking?
No, I don't.
They were speaking vampire in the movie.
Okay.
It was actually loosely based off Greek.
Okay.
It was based off Greek, the language they were speaking. Yeah. So you guys hear that? You guys hear that? You can actually have you can actually make your own real fictional languages. All the nerds make a language. Why not? Thank you. Go see this lovely woman. I'll get a picture of Instagram afterwards, and I'll definitely right now. I'll take a picture of all this right here. And that's it. Street Fanboy out, and definitely go follow this person. And also one more thing. Have you heard of American Chavez?
Yes, I have.
Explain who American Chavez is to the LGBTQ community.
American Chavez is a hero from Marvel Comics, and she's lesbian, and she's also was written by Gabby.
Gabby something?
I've lost her name. Slips my mind.
It's Gabby something. She is a Latina lesbian herself,
right.
Artist.
I saw her speak at Butch Voices earlier this year, and
Butch Voices. Oh, that's convention.
Yeah, there's a Butch Voices conference that's held semi-annually.
So would you say nowadays the LGBTQ definitely has, not that they never did, but they definitely have more of a place to be open at conventions now, comic book conventions?
Yes, there's certainly a lot more characters represented in popular media, and also a lot more publishers like myself who present comics for LGBTQ folks. That are more personal in nature.
Well, you also know, not to cut you off, Bert and Ernie?
Yes.
They're actually supposed to represent a gay couple from Sesame Street.
That's right. Actually, a friend of mine was responsible for outing that story. So.
Oh, wow.
He's a writer for Queer Team.
Well, should we say his name or not say his name for privacy reasons?
David Reddish.
Okay. She said it, not me. Yeah. But, hope you won't mind that. And also, definitely before we go.
Yeah.
So, So there's more LGBTQ. Like Colossus, he actually came out the closet. He actually been gay for a long time. X-Men character.
You mean Iceman or?
No, Colossus.
Colossus. Okay, that's news to me.
He actually secretly he's been gay, but he finally came out recently. When they redid all the Marvel comic book characters with more realism.
Okay.
Now they have a black Captain America Falcon. He's Captain America now.
Right. Yeah. Sam Wilson.
Well, that's good. Well, definitely, I recommend you definitely go. Check out these LGBTQ conventions. Just there's actually a resource center that's heavily LGBTQ in Salinas, California.
Okay.
It's called the Epicenter. Check it out. It's for everyone, resources, but they definitely support LGBTQ strongly.
Super.
They got the rainbow in their building.
Right on.
All right, bye. Check it out. Bye.
Honey. Oh, honey.
Okay, I'm Extreme Fanboy. We're actually here to honor these two artists. What's your name?
Jessica. I'm the artist.
Jessica, the artist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you are? Mind me asking?
My name is Patrick. I'm the help for today.
Okay, we were here actually last year.
That's right. We were both here.
We were both.
Yes, you also had was a third person with you last year, or just you two?
Just
Just two of us.
Oh, yeah, I just got confused with the woman I was just interviewing her. Sorry, you guys were next to each other. Anyway,
Yeah.
so tell us about your artwork.
So my artwork, majority of what I have with me today is.
Oh, you want to hold your artwork while I film you?
Here's one. This is a collection of original traditional illustrations, anthropomorphic animals, mostly inspired by the late artist, very old, Heinrich Clay from the 1920s.
1920s. I have to research him. And is there, or by the way, before next question, before I get to the other question about your artwork, are there any, beside from DeviantArt, do you know of any other websites for artists people should check out?
There's a lot of good websites for networking. I think Instagram is one of the more popular
Oh, most
ones
definitely.
for artists.
Snapchat, not so much, but it helps.
Yeah.
What do you think of Snapchat for artists? How much on a scale of 1 to 10 or a scale of 1 to 100, how much percentage do you think Snapchat helps? Like maybe 10% or less?
I can't say because I actually don't use Snapchat for my art, so unfortunately Snapchat's not something I'm familiar
Well,
with.
there's now official shows. People actually putting official shows on Snapchat now. You got to watch real shows on Snapchat permanently.
That's true, and I think Inktober as well had an official filter for Snapchat this
Inktober?
time.
How do you spell that?
Inktober is Inktober. It's a ink project that happens every October, started by the artist Jake Parker.
Okay. And also tell us a little about this though. This you like these little animals. Tell me about this gorilla and this crocodile alligator. Tell us about this guy right here.
Okay, well the gorilla was an original illustration that I did to promote
PlayStation like that.
to promote
Yeah,
my
shoot
booth
now.
at
Got a knife.
Alternative Press
Shoot it now.
Expo in 2016. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Alternative Press Expo around this year, but
Say it again. Say it again. Sorry, I was talking to her real quick. Say it again.
so the gorilla was an original illustration that I did for Alternative Press Expo 2016 when I tabled there.
Is it what type of expo is that? A little bit about that. Is it?
Alternative Press Expo used to be owned by San Diego Comic-Con. It was kind of like an alternative to Comic-Con. It more supported the independent artists and creators. And what they
Where
were
was it at?
doing. For a while, it was in San Jose, and then it moved to San Francisco and moved back to San Jose.
Wow, it's good in so not too far from. We're like, how far? You guys live here in Salinas or San
No,
Jose?
we're actually from San Jose.
Oh, it's good. So you guys got the local support.
Yeah.
Well, I would definitely love. Are there any conventions you know of in Salinas or Monterey County for artists? I really think we need that because the artists. Because how do you feel about conventions nowadays? How you feel like, not to dive into it too deep, but how do you feel about nowadays? How do you feel like they've changed? How do you feel like, in a way, how have they sold out in your opinion from talking about the comic books and the artist itself, than to just being about celebrities? How, in your opinion?
I think nowadays there's definitely a lot more conventions. Like, it's a lot easier for people to find their niche and find a convention that really caters to them and what they're looking for in terms of fandom.
Oh, say the word again. You said niche.
Niche. Yeah.
Niche. What is a niche to the people who don't know?
Niche, it means kind of like small, dedicated.
Group of people.
Yeah.
Oh, a subculture.
Unique, yeah.
A subculture.
Right.
That's good, because what would you say to everyone about their niche in the world who's trying to come up? What would you say to all the people coming up in the world, especially artists, about their niche or niche? Most people call it niche, but you call it niche. Mm-hmm. No, your signature word. That's gonna be your signature word, niche. Hey, don't steal it from me. That's your signature word.
Well, I would say you can't please everyone, definitely, but the people that you can, definitely go out, just do what you love. You will find people that love what you do.
Definitely find your niche.
Absolutely.
Your niche is not for everyone else. It's for you.
Exactly.
And if there's people who can share it, it's good. So what's the good about? I don't even talk about the bad. I'm talking about what is the good and the okay about going to art conventions, especially like the meeting and greeting of people. How the artists like.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's such a great place to network and meet new people, and it's always good to interact with more artists and get outside perspectives. And that perspective from other people comes back and it influences your art.
Also, where's at the one in San Jose? Where's there like any competitions for artists? Like any speed drawing competitions there?
No, I don't think so. There were a few panels from industry artists who gave their talk about what went into making their show and their creative path and journeys like that. But no competitions at Alternative Press Expo. It was a very friendly convention.
Oh, okay. Well, so what about the people? What about the people who are not artists who go there? Are they pretty friendly? They're definitely very kosher with the artists.
Oh yeah, and I think a lot of the attendance at Alternative Press Expo is people that are generally interested in art as well as creating their own art and looking at artists. Yeah.
Okay. Also, it's very good though. Like no haggling, no one gets gypped so far. No one gets basically no haggling, and no one gets hustled out of their money, gets tricked. Right. It's pretty friendly.
Right. It's
like
a good community.
And so would you say so definitely people get the love and the money they deserve from these conventions.
Yeah.
Also showcase so much more artwork. Like what are these stickers right here?
These are vinyl stickers, high quality. Just a lot of I have a lot of fan art as well as
Sonic.
Unique designs. Yeah.
Got this little kind of 1940s kind of old school right here.
Right.
Who's this anchor guy? Who's this anchor gentleman right here? Want to explain a little bit about him?
That's a character. His name is Fumbles. He's all
Sorry with the lighting,
muscle.
not the best right now. Try to get closer with that. Oh, that's a little better, yeah. So a little about him?
He's all muscle, not much in brains, but he likes to help however he can. He'll help with heavy lifting or whatever you need.
What was that? What was the name of that gentleman from Popeye? The villain, was it Grimace? His name? Pluto, yeah. It kind of reminds me like him, a more friendlier.
Sure, yeah. He's definitely, I would say, a more friendly version of Pluto.
Oh, good. Well, would you say pretty much this would be like his twin brother?
I don't know about twin brother. I don't know about
Or maybe,
that.
Maybe him from a different dimension.
Probably.
Yeah, because I don't know if you saw. By the way, did you see the Spider-Verse movie that came out just yesterday?
I have heard about it. I have not had.
I saw it. It was wonderful. They actually did dedication of Stan Lee. And before I talk about Stan Lee, I would definitely want to talk about this right here. You got this. What is that character right there? That green little dragon.
That is a Dragonite. That is the shiny variant of Dragonite from Pokemon.
Nice. Well, why the green skin? What made you go with the green skin?
The green skin is actually the shiny variant of Dragonite, and people that are more involved in the competitive meta tend to like shiny Pokemon.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna showcase all this right. This is nice right here. Let me try to get the whole booth if I can. Let's get me started. Okay. Anyway, now let's talk about the realness. And also, first, let me showcase your business card. If you want to get that.
Sure.
I still have your business card. I actually like to look at it every now and then.
Thank you.
At my house, I still have it.
Thank you.
I like that hyena. Is that a hyena or jackal usually?
That is a dog. Weird dog.
Oh yeah. Recommend. Oh no, there's a gentleman on YouTube. He used to do everything Star Wars, but he's everything fiction. He's been everything fiction, but he's more like Star Wars. But he actually made a book. His YouTube. I'll let you know his YouTube channel. He actually made a book about a real life mythology. Okay. Most people don't know about it. It's actually called, which you actually happen to have as well. There's actually an African mythology book. There's actually a movie. Have you seen it? It's called Hyenas.
No, I haven't.
It is a underground kind of sci-fi movie. It's about werewolves, but they're not wolves, they're hyenas.
Oh, interesting.
In real life, they're called kishis.
Interesting.
It's your artwork, could just beware. People might get artwork confused with that because the new book came out. I definitely recommend you check out his book and his YouTube channel. Recommend you check him out.
I'll have to look into that. Yeah.
But now let's talk about the real issue. Talk about the real thing. Stan Lee.
Okay.
How Stan Lee inspire you?
Well, actually, I can't say I was the biggest Marvel fan, but it was thanks to Stan Lee and him making comics so mainstream that I think so many artists are able to thrive in this environment today. Like before Stan Lee, there was really nothing. And now comics, it's like secondhand. It's hard pressed to meet anybody that doesn't recognize a Marvel character.
I know. Even people who don't read comic books recognize Marvel characters.
Right.
And so, what way do you definitely say he somewhat had something to do with you becoming an artist? To some degree?
Gosh, well, I mean, I think he was one of the first people that really proved that you can do what you love and make a career out of it.
Did you ever get the chance to possibly meet him at any conventions?
No.
But would you?
We're hesitant on that, but you have time for one more question?
Yeah, I think I can take one more.
Okay, one more question, and we'll definitely let you go. But anyway, so what is your future goals, and what do you think is the next thing for you?
Well, branching off from Stan Lee, I would love to take my own ideas and push them further and be able to just really see my ideas at their fullest potential.
Well, definitely. Any comic books maybe?
Yeah, definitely in my future. Yeah.
Well, you're here. If you have any ideas, make sure I did it myself. Make sure you film and take a picture before anyone else takes your artwork.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And say the name and say your full name and the name of the character. Put it on camera, make sure, because you don't want people stealing your artwork.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of fakers and takers. You don't want that. All right, that's it.
All right.
R2D2, look at this.
I want to be an associate producer on the film. I want to work on the movie. So I worked on it for 6 weeks.
Real quick though, wait, how'd you do this? You're on camera right now. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind. It's with Bluetooth and PS2 controller.
Oh, this is a custom one. Looks like.
Yeah, and off the blueprints with the Astromech.
Astromech, what is that?
Astromech. It's a form of the.
I heard of that before.
Yeah, we do R2 droids.
Oh, actually, I heard of you guys.
Yeah.
So you go to conventions making these?
We go. Yeah.
Any of the robots you guys made? You made like the Doctor Who R2D2 robot. What's his name?
Oh no, just the Astromechs from Star Wars and BB-8s.
Wow. You guys are blowing mine. So, you have content information? People can follow you? You have a card or something?
No, actually I don't.
Maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll have it tomorrow.
Just write everything down because I have a YouTube channel. I have Instagram YouTube channel. I interview people here. I'm calling the Extreme Fanboy. Definitely. Here's my giant business card.
All right.
And my Instagram is actually on another giant. See that giant gray wall to your left? Yeah, left. See the
That
flowers
is
right there?
left. All right.
Yeah, that's my Instagram. I wrote my Instagram on there on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Oh damn it! Hold on. That's
I got one.
got 2.
I got 2.
Okay, I'll give you 3.
I got 4. Hey.
Now you got 5.
Awesome.
Go. By the way, we're back real quick, let's talk about Stan Lee, how he influenced you.
Well, Stan Lee was sort of, he was the lesser creative partner of many great comics in the 60s. He was kind of a showman and a huckster with some decent ideas, but his biggest good fortune was being attached to people who were much more talented than he to bring these plot germs of his to life, like the Jack Kirby's and Steve Ditko's of the world.
Are you saying he has no problem collaborating? He's definitely a humble man, would you say?
Well, he was definitely the sort of public face of Marvel. Was a talented scripter for his task and his time.
Especially Spider-Man.
But if you look at his work when he was working with the likes of Kirby and Ditko, and after he was working with the likes of Kirby and Ditko, he stopped working with those guys, and he really never produced anything that was that interesting again. But Kirby and Ditko went on to have long and fascinating careers of extreme creativity and predictability. So he was an interesting man, and he was valuable to Marvel Comics, and was important in ushering in the Marvel Age, but more of as a public relations man than a creator in his own way.
Because I don't know if you knew this, he actually got the right to actually be the head owner of Marvel. But he actually turned that job down to actually be more in the publishing and the creativity part.
Right, but he didn't really do much scripting after the early 70s, where he kind of drew down from that and focused on the sort of the Marvel ambassador.
Yeah, he's definitely the ambassador.
The public relations aspect of the business.
And plus, you do know, actually, Marvel's actually multiple comic book companies. He actually got the idea. Marvel was actually his idea. First, there was, I forgot the other company, but I know one called Atlas Comics.
Well, yeah, Marvel was previously known as Atlas and previously known as Timely. It was the same company, but it went through several iterations.
Yes. Then, Then he made Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel was just it had also been called Marvel Comics briefly in the 40s.
Which is good.
And then at that time around 1961.
Hey Rob, get out your way.
He and Kirby started Fantastic Four, and that sort of was the first book of what we would call the Marvel Universe.
Because the Human Torch was actually before first Human Torch by himself. Then Stan Lee made the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Human Torch, there was a character called the Human Torch in the 40s, which was significantly different from the Human Torch of the 60s. The Human Torch of the 40s in the quote golden age unquote was an android.
Wow, I did not know that.
That was basically out of control and ended up achieving a certain amount of sentience.
Then Stan Lee, would you say he definitely made his characters more human, more relatable
that
to
was
people?
One of the things, yes, is that it was his attempt. He attempted, but also Jack Kirby basically did most of the story work, and Stan just provided the words. But the two of them together did provide more character beats for their superhero comics than had previously been seen in American.
So you definitely said he impacted you. What else stuff you said he impacted your? How do you impact you to feel good?
Well,
he definitely gave you a voice. Would you say to do comic books and gave you a good feeling on the inside?
I enjoyed reading a lot of his stuff when I was younger. I enjoyed his sort of his public persona.
He had pizzazz.
He had pizzazz. That's true.
He was very energetic, and he died at the year of 95. You know what they also called him? The Hugh Hefner comic books.
That might not be too far from the truth. Yes.
Because he was a little naughty, but not too naughty. Because he actually posed in the 60s with a comic book in front of his front of genitals on a couch.
Okay.
Yeah, and he actually married these two people. He actually married, got the two people. He actually got a Spider-Man, real life Spider-Man. Guy who wears a Spider-Man costume. The guy actually looked like his wife. He actually married him in real life.
Yeah.
He actually married two real life people.
Right.
But with a costume, that was lovely. But one more thing I want to say. Just say Excelsior, rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Excelsior, R.I.P. Stan Lee.
Enough said. You're Stan Lee. We love you.